Hi, I just want to start by saying, hey, I'm not a professional. This is actually my first saltwater tank. Some years ago, I had a freshwater tank. Now, freshwater is fairly easy, um, to me. Now, saltwater is going to be a little bit more harder, a little bit like just a little more complicated. Pretty much with freshwater, you pretty much get the water, you put your fish in, and you stand a chance of it surviving. Whereas in salt water, it's harder. It's harder to make sure that your fish are gonna survive. It's harder to make sure that you have the right levels going on inside the tank. Not to say that with the freshwater, the levels can become off as well. Um, but it usually takes longer for that to happen. I know when I had a freshwater tank, it had became just very cloudy over time, and I pretty much just went to the store and bought something kind of like this, but it was something different. I think it's called like clear water. I dropped it in there, and the water cleared right up. I'm not sure if I would be able to do that when it came to if I came one day and my saltwater tank became just super cloudy. I feel like it would be slightly more complicated than just going to the store and finding something to drip in there. I would have to, at least, look at my water levels and see what's going on, and then try to rebalance the pH and things like that. But like I said, I'm not an expert. This is my first saltwater tank. But I do feel like this fluval setup. Now I'm going to say everything in this picture is going to run you about $310. Now the tank being most of that, but I feel like as a beginner, the best thing to do is just to go ahead and buy a tank that has everything already built in. Then this skimmer I added for, I think it's like $55 or something like that. Now, like I said, I'm not a professional. I don't know exactly what the skimmer does, but I do know it removes basically like a lot of bad stuff out of the water. So when you're starting out, you don't know how well you're gonna be able to balance everything, and I just feel like it's better to just go ahead, hey, get the skimmer. Just go ahead and get the skimmer, because it's like, okay, it's gonna remove bad stuff. Okay, well, if by for some reason, okay, I'm messing up, then hey, maybe this will solve some of my problems, and we can avoid things happening in the future just by already having this. Now, if I would have gotten like just a plain tank, I would have had to spend like a lot more time looking for the filters or whatever specific filters I need to have. And I don't know, but I probably would end up spending either the same amount of money going to get the filter separately, and a water pump separately as well. Which the skimmer, it was separate, but I probably would end up spending the same amount of money. And the light, see, because these LED lights, when you're going in the fish store, are really going to run you a lot of money anyway. So I would say, hey, if you're a beginner, just go ahead, just get this fluval set up. Most of it comes together. You can add the fluval skimmer all at the same time. Most of the time, the skimmer is going to be in your local Petco as well. So in my opinion, it's just the best thing to do. Just go ahead and get it already set up, and you can just put it in your house and add your water. Now, it is complicated. Well, it's not really complicated. You just have to measure out your salt water. But what I did is I took this shortcut, and you just buy the water. Now, this was 5 gallons of water. I'm gonna say it did run me $15 for 5 gallons. But if you have this fluval tank, you're only gonna have to buy 2 of these if you put sand in. Because this is a 12 or 13 gallons. It is a 13.5 gallon tank, yeah. So I found that all the water fits perfectly when I just after I added my sand. Now you do want to wash your sand and just kind of get all the dust off before you actually put it in, because if you don't, your water is going to be really cloudy and you're going to have to do like 3-4 water changes just to clear it back up. It's just going to take up more time. Now if you want to quickly start your tank, I would recommend that you just go ahead and you buy this water that's already pre-mixed. You don't have to do any mixing, you just put it in the tank. Now I will also say, when you have sand at the bottom of the tank, you do want to be careful how you put the water in. You don't want to just throw it, like just pour it out all on top of the sand like really hard, because it will disturb the sand and cause the sand to like pick up and go throughout the tank. So you kind of want to be careful. What I did was I kind of filled my tank. Before I put the skimmer in, I filled the tank from this side right here, because you don't have the skimmer, this is just completely empty. So I just poured it in right here, which caused the water to just flow in from the hose up here, which made it very easy and slow. I guess if you do already have the skimmer, you could just pour it in from this. Let me show you how it is. It's 3. So this is the filtration right here, and then this is where the water pump's going to be, and then this is where I added the skimmer. Now it's a perfect fit, so that's really cool. So you could just pour your water in from right here, and then it'll drip out over here. Now that's just what I did so it wouldn't disturb the sand. Now it does come with a very cool white and okay, I'm back. My camera kind of went out for a second, but I did decide to go with the Clownfish. I just felt like it's not a saltwater tank, but Clownfish. Especially if you have like children, everybody wants a Nemo. Now I did get them in black, but they were just so adorable to me. Now in my next video, I'm gonna end up getting them in anemone, because I just love to see the clownfish that interact with them. They kind of just swim through them, they lay around in them, they kind of flap around in it. It's just really, really cute to me, and I just really love to see them interact with it. So that's probably gonna be one of my next moves, along with some live rock. I'm thinking about it. But definitely I'm gonna get them in an anemone, because like I said, I just like clownfish. I just love them so much. I want to say another thing about this skimmer, it does make your water clearer. Like my water was pretty clear before I put the skimmer in, but then after I put the skimmer in, it just completely took it to the next level. But that will be all for today. Please like and subscribe to just follow my saltwater tank journey. Like I said, next time I will be adding an anemone. I really don't know what I'm gonna do as far as the rock structure. I don't know if I'm gonna just put a rock over here and a rock over there, or I'm gonna kind of cover the back with rock. I don't know. Any suggestions or anything like that, you can put it in the comments as well. I was thinking about a starfish. I don't know how much a starfish, like how much tank a starfish requires. That's another thing you do want to think about when you're at the store and you're like, oh, I like this fish, I like this fish. You do want to look, hey, how much does this, like how much tank does this fish require? Like, for example, I do want I forgot what it's called, but like dory. If you watch Nemo, a fish like dory. But I have been looking into, okay, how much tank do they require? Now, I think it says they require at least 15 gallons. Now, would this be enough for them? It'll be right at enough for them, for one. But I don't want my tank to be like overcrowded. I am gonna end up getting some shrimp, Just some things to kind of clean the bottom of the tank as I have more things in the tank to kind of dirty it up. Well, these two fish, they're not creating a lot of waste so far. But I also do want to say, when you buy freshwater fish from Petco, it does come with a warranty. So like if something happens to the fish, you get the fish and it becomes ill. I don't know if it's like in the 24 hours. But when you buy saltwater fish from Petco, they do not cover it. So if I put them in my tank and they don't do well and they end up getting really sick, or even in the event that, hey, one of them dies, both of them dies, I just have to go back to the store and buy them all over again. Now these were $20 a piece, $19.99.